I'm thankful that I'm in India and my talking to you has been amazing.
So today I'm with Ben, and he's from America, and I hope that you will enjoy this conversation that we are having right here. So for our audience, would you like to please introduce yourself?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My name is Benjamin. I'm from America and I'm here in India for a couple of weeks to learn about the culture and people.
Yeah. So Ben, I would like to ask you a question about. I talked about you, and then you told me about you have been to many countries, and so what actually inspires you to travel?
So for me, traveling was important.
Okay.
Because when you travel, you get out of your comfort zone. For most people, their comfort zone is where they live, their little city in some cases, or even their country. Some countries are so small, their country is their whole comfort zone. So getting out of your comfort zone and pushing yourself to be a little bit uncomfortable to understand the world we live in.
Yeah. So traveling, when we hear the word traveling, it's not only about seeing the new places, but it's also about experiencing completely a new world. So my question to you is that why should someone travel? Like, because number of people they say that traveling is waste of time, waste of money, or these kind of like common and obvious answer. For you, since you have traveled a lot, what is your answer? Why should someone travel?
I think you should travel, one reason, to see the world, to understand that there's more in this world than just your little comfort zone. If you live in Nepal, you might just see mountains, you may not see a desert. What is a desert?
Yeah.
Or if you live in the desert, you never see the mountains. You're like, what is a mountain?
Yeah.
So just understanding that the world we live in is a very diverse world in this physical sense of the different terrain, mountains, beaches, jungles, deserts, and the people. The people that live in the deserts are different than the people that live in the mountains. They're different than the people that live in dense jungles. And so understanding and experiencing the different terrain, but also the different people, because everybody has learned how to live in their environment. And the different environments, like you can learn something from them.
Definitely. So as you are here in India, so what brought you here?
I went to a college that learn about the different languages, cultures, religions, and people of specifically Mongolia and India. So I've been to Mongolia, so cool. I've been to India, that's where I am now.
Yeah.
Just understanding like what makes up India, like the people, the language, the religion, and just like how people live in India.
Yeah. So if you see like two culture, like Indian culture and that American culture, it's more of a kind of warm culture and cool culture. So was there any cultural shock for you where you thought, okay, I didn't understand what happened? Like any cultural shock that you experienced during your traveling or coming to India or maybe being in India?
When I went from America to Mongolia, and there wasn't a whole lot of culture shock going to Mongolia because America and Mongolia were surprisingly similar in how everything worked. But coming to India, the first few days, I was like, wow, like everything's so different. In America, everything is like pristine clean. There's no dirt, there's no trash. Everything is like, everywhere you look is incredibly clean. And coming to India, it surprised me. Because I was like, is nothing clean here? That surprised me. And I was definitely like pulled back, and I wanted to stay in my own shell and be like, I want to go somewhere clean. But being here long enough, you realize people live here and they understand how to deal with like obviously living, you don't need to be clean to live. You need good food, you need shelter from oppressive heat in some cases, or the oppressive cold. And so learning that you can still live here without having the specific amenities of different countries of America.
Definitely. So what are some key things or key lessons you would like to keep people who want to travel? What do they need to actually keep in their mind while they are traveling to a different country or a different state or different, a place?
When you're traveling, it's easy to, when you're in your own bubble, it's easy to think everything is like this. But that's why you're traveling, to realize that not everything is like this. So when you go to somewhere new and you're like, why is this different? Well, it's because everywhere's different. Everywhere's got some little thing that's different. Like in Mongolia, nothing was on the floor. The only thing that was on the floor were your feet or your chairs. Like you didn't put your bags on the floor, you didn't put your jackets on the floor. Nothing was on the floor.
You don't put anything.
Nothing was on the floor.
Okay.
Which is like, it was a little bit surprising, and it's like, well,
why is it so?
Why is that?
Yeah.
Well, since Mongolia is, they deal with animals so much, right? There's animal poop everywhere, there's dirt everywhere, and so when you have dirt and crap on your feet, you don't want, like when you walk into your home, that you can't wash off your feet because there's not very much water in Mongolia, so you have to keep the ground dirty,
very surprisingly,
and then keep everything you want clean off of the ground. And so that makes sense when you learn about it, but it confuses you the first time. And so just keeping in mind that everything's going to be different, but everywhere you go, there's humans, and humans are, you and me, we're both humans. It's like I'm a human, you're a human, we've got something to relate to. When you go to somewhere else, it's important to realize that people have figured out how to live there, and so you can learn from them. If you're going to live there, how do they learn there? How do they live there? And how do I live there by learning from them?
Definitely. So now I want to take this topic a little further. Now coming to the job. So if you see here where we live in Uttarakhand, like a number of people are actually youngsters, they are preparing for the government jobs, like especially defense. In your culture or in your country, is this similar, like people are also going for the government jobs, or they are actually going for the private sector, or they just, what is the scenario there?
So in America, people are pushed to go to college, which is a 4-year degree. 4 years, so you spend 2 years learning generic like English, grammar, history, and then the last 2 years are more specific to your degree. But most of the time, these degrees are for like more what we would call private sector jobs, where you're like in an office job and you're working on a computer. But the what we call trades, which are plumbing, electrical, concrete,
trades.
That is not very common to take those jobs, to go for those jobs, even though those jobs are very important, and they actually give pretty good money compared to some of the private sector jobs.
So what are your personal values that you follow in your life?
I would say if you have a religion, a lot of people have a religion, everyone has some beliefs, but holding to those beliefs, right? Even if your belief is, I don't believe in what they believe, even just holding to that is, you have morals, you got to stand on those. So if you're in another country,
devotional,
if you believe in something and somebody challenges you in that, you have to either hold to that or figure out why you should change that.
Nice.
And then I also think that being nice to people, being respectful of their things, of them, the people themselves, and what they've made and what they believe is very important. Because if you disrespect somebody, then they're gonna feel disrespected, and they won't respect you anymore.
Really nice. And the last question I would like to ask is about how important is it to be grateful for the things and the people around, and how does it actually help us to build our mental well-being or physical well-being maybe?
Being thankful is very, very important. If you're negative about what you have, then you're never going to be satisfied with something that you want to get. Like if let's say you have 2 chairs, and you're not happy with that, you're not going to be happy with 5 chairs, you're not going to be happy with 500 chairs, right? So being thankful what you have, in this instance, 2 chairs. I have 2 chairs. I have one for me and one for you.
Yeah.
What can I do with that? How can I be thankful for that? Then when you have 5 chairs, you'll be like, I'm so thankful I can have more people in my house. I can be, right? And then when you're thankful with little, you'll be thankful for much.
Yeah.
And so just reminding yourself that what I have can be good enough. Like if you look at what some people can live with, they can literally live with nothing. Right? There's monks in Mongolia that do not have any possessions,
Wow.
and they're thankful for that. They're grateful for that. So when they purposefully choose to have nothing, but I imagine if they had more, they'd be still thankful. In America, there's this belief that I need more. I need more. I have a house, I want a bigger house. I have a car, I want more cars. I have a job that pays well, I want more money.
Unnecessary rush sometimes.
Yes, yes,
Probably it leads to frustration, stress, anxiety.
yes.
Yeah. So yeah. What about you? What are the things that you are thankful for in your life?
I'm thankful that I'm in India and I'm currently in good well-being right now.
Yeah.
I'm thankful that there's so many people that love to talk, right? Like talking to you has been amazing. Talking to the other students here in this learning center is awesome. I'm thankful for the cooler weather in the mountains. I love the cold weather. I'm thankful that there's change, that you're not just sitting in your own comfort zone, that you can get out of that and experiencing other things, which is scary and sometimes.
Yeah.
But if you're not scared, are you?
Yeah, definitely. We all need to be thankful for the mountains that we are surrounded with. We can go and hike at any time. Like people coming from like different countries and coming here and visiting, and sometimes we take things for granted. Even though like we are blessed with such a beautiful place out here. So I think we all need to actually be grateful.
Yes.
That's really nice conversation, Ben, and thank you very much, and have a good time.
Thank you for having me.